Alex Lawson, 35 years old, was the handsome and smart CEO of Run's Oil and Gas. From his tall office, he could see the busy city through the big glass windows. He had money, cars, houses, and respect. But deep inside, he felt empty. Sitting in his leather chair, he sighed. "Why can't I find true love?" he whispered to himself. He had dated a few women before, but once he told them he was a billionaire, everything changed. They smiled more, acted sweeter, but it wasn't him they loved, it was his money. Alex lived a low-profile life. He didn't show off his wealth, but still, it was hard to hide. People could always tell he was rich. And because of that, no one ever seemed to love him for who he truly was. He leaned back, staring at the ceiling. His mind kept going back to one thought: what if I hide my identity? Then the idea hit him, crazy but possible. "I'll pretend to be a poor cleaner," he said out loud. "Maybe then I'll know who truly cares about me." He imagined wearing simple clothes, working in a place where no one knew his name or his bank account. He would sweep floors, empty bins, and see how people treated him. Maybe, just maybe, he would meet a woman who liked him for his heart, not his money. It wouldn't be easy. He would have to hide from the media, from his friends, even from his own staff. But Alex was ready to try. "If I can be loved as a cleaner," he smiled, "then I can be loved as a man." And with that decision, his search for true love began. Alex dressed in plain clothes, a faded shirt, old jeans, and cheap shoes. He left his city and took a bus to another town where no one knew him. He wanted a place where his name would not open doors for him. At the office gate, a security man checked his face and bag. Alex felt nervous but calm. "I am looking for a cleaner job," he said. "I really need the job." The security man looked surprised but let him in. Inside, Alex walked slowly. He held his head down so no one would guess who he was. At the reception desk, a young woman looked up and stared. She was busy but sharp. "You look poor," she said without hiding her thoughts. "What are you doing here?" Alex swallowed. "I need work. I can clean. I will do any task," he answered honestly. Just then the HR manager came out of a nearby office. She watched them for a moment and saw Alex's clothes and tired eyes. Her face softened with pity. "You want to clean?" she asked. "Yes," Alex replied. "I am ready to start now." The HR woman thought about it. The office needed hands that day. She could see he was serious. "Okay," she said finally. "You can start. Come tomorrow morning. Report to the cleaning team and do your cleaner job." Alex breathed in and smiled quietly. He felt a strange mix of relief and fear. He had taken the first step. Soon he would wear a uniform and work hard with people who did not know his name. He wondered how it would feel to be seen as just another worker. The next morning, Alex woke early. He put on the plain clothes and walked to the office. His heart beat fast, but he kept his steps steady. At the gate, the security man nodded. The HR woman met him and led him to the cleaning team. The other cleaners were tired but friendly in their own way. They gave him a uniform, a faded shirt with the company logo and a pair of rubber gloves. One of them handed him a mop and a bucket. "Follow me," said a woman named Grace. She showed him all the rooms he would clean: the reception, the meeting rooms, the manager's offices, the small kitchen. She taught him where to find the cleaning supplies and how to empty the bins. Alex worked hard. He scrubbed tables, swept floors, wiped dust from keyboards, and washed the cups in the kitchen. He learned the right pressure to use on stubborn stains. He tried to move quickly, but he did not want to make mistakes. People in the office noticed him. Some of the women whispered, "Who is this poor cleaner?" A few laughed. One woman was rude and called him slow. Her words cut like small stones. Even some of his new colleagues whispered behind his back that he was clumsy and too slow. They watched him carefully and said all kinds of things. Alex felt ashamed and angry, but he kept working. He breathed deep when the words stung. He reminded himself why he was there. He wanted to be known for who he was inside, not for the clothes he wore. By lunchtime his back ached and his hands smelled of soap. He wiped his face and looked at the people walking by. Their lives seemed far away and close at the same time. He knew this was only the start. He would prove himself, either to them or to his own heart. Days passed into weeks, and weeks slowly turned into months. Alex was still working as a cleaner. By now, most people in the office knew him, not by his real name or story, but by the nickname they had given him, Slow Cleaner. Some of the ladies laughed whenever he walked past. Even some of the men joined in, making jokes about how he cleaned too slowly. At first, the words hurt. But Alex had learned to keep quiet and focus on his work. He reminded himself why he was there. He cleaned carefully, wiping tables without moving people's papers, sweeping corners others ignored, and making sure every space looked neat. He believed doing it right was better than rushing. Still, the teasing never stopped. But not everyone treated him badly. Amanda, a young woman from the accounts department, was different. She would smile whenever she saw him. One afternoon, she called out, "Alex, don't mind what people say. You're not slow, you're just careful. That makes you unique." Her words stayed in his mind. Amanda didn't look down on him like the others did. Sometimes, she would bring him food from the canteen or share a snack during her break. Other times, she would tell him a funny story that made him laugh, even on his hardest days. Alex started to look forward to seeing her. She didn't treat him like the cleaner. She talked to him like a person, a friend. Her kindness made the long hours feel shorter. The teasing still happened, but with Amanda's words in his heart, it didn't cut as deep. For the first time in months, Alex felt a little hope. Maybe, just maybe, someone could see the real him. Days passed, and Amanda and Alex grew closer. They became friends, but Alex never told her the truth. She knew him only as the quiet cleaner who worked hard and tried his best. He kept his real life hidden and wore the simple name he had chosen. Amanda liked him for who he seemed to be. She saw his kindness, his gentle ways, and the care he put into small things. She would stop him in the hall to ask how his day was, share a laugh, or talk about small things at work. Her voice felt warm to Alex, and her attention made him forget the hard work and the mean jokes. Sometimes Amanda brought him food or a drink. Once she noticed his old shirt and said, "This won't do." The next day she handed him a neat shirt and a clean pair of trousers. Alex felt strange when he took them, thankful and shy. He tried them on in the restroom, looked at himself in the mirror, and wondered how it felt to be cared for like that. Amanda did not act like she was doing him a favor. She treated him like a friend. She encouraged him when he felt small and praised him when he finished a tough task. Her kindness grew into something Alex looked forward to every day. But keeping the secret was hard. At night he would think about telling her and worry what would happen if she knew the truth. For now, he kept silent and enjoyed the simple happiness of being seen by Amanda. Little by little, her care warmed his heart, and that small warmth felt like hope. Days passed. Amanda and Alex talked more and more. Many nights they called each other late. Their voices made them smile. Sometimes they would laugh until their sides hurt. Other times they spoke quietly, like two people sharing a secret. One night, after a long talk, Amanda said, "I love your calm spirit." She spoke softly, and Alex felt his heart beat faster. He had never heard those words from anyone before. "Thank you," Alex answered, voice shaking a little. "Thank you for loving me." He did not say everything, not his real name, not his money. But he felt safe when she said that. Their bond grew stronger after that. They started to share small things, stories about their past, dreams for the future, little worries that felt less heavy when spoken out loud. Amanda would tell him about her day at work. Alex would tell her about a funny thing that happened while cleaning. Those small talks became the best part of both their days. Amanda could not sleep without hearing Alex's voice. If they did not talk at night, she would wake and reach for her phone. Hearing him made her calm and happy. For Alex, knowing she waited for his voice gave him courage. He wanted to tell her the truth, but he was afraid of losing what they had. So they kept talking, night after night, their hearts growing closer while the secret stayed between them. Alex kept working hard as a cleaner. He walked the halls early and left late. Many people still mocked him and looked down on him. They pointed fingers and whispered. Their words hurt, but Amanda kept treating him with respect. She encouraged him every day and never joined the jokes. The big day came quietly. The night before, Alex had sent an email to the office, a note saying the company's CEO would visit the next morning. No one knew he was the owner. They only knew the name on the email. The next day, everyone gathered in the main hall. Cleaners, staff, and managers stood together. Alex stood with them in his uniform, feeling his heart beat fast. Faces around him were full of hope and nervousness. No one expected what would happen next. Alex stepped forward, raised his hand, and said, "Good morning, everyone." All eyes turned to him. He waited a moment, then spoke again, calm and steady. "I am the CEO you have been waiting for." He pulled out his ID card and showed it to the crowd. At once, people looked down in shame. The ones who had mocked him felt guilty. Some covered their faces. Others could not meet his eyes. Amanda stared at him, her mouth open, eyes wide. "You," she said, surprised and unsure. Her voice shook a little. She had been kind to the man she thought was a poor cleaner. Now she saw the truth. Alex watched their faces move from laughter to silence. He felt many things, hurt, sadness, and a quiet strength. He did this not to punish them, but to show what he had been trying to prove, that he wanted to be loved for who he was, not for his money. The room was still. People looked at Alex in a new way. Amanda looked at him with many questions and a soft, searching look. Watch out for part 2 of this story, where we reveal what happens next and how everyone reacts. Don't forget to subscribe.